the top, which is kind of an upside down result that we don't usually see. So the belief is that with this cushion, especially people in the service industries who got disrupted by COVID-19, have decided they don't like their old jobs enough to return. Some have simply quit their jobs. And the discussion then devolves into, how long can this last? Because the unemployment already ran out. The stimulus is not going to keep coming. California's still paying people.
The free checks were going on for 16 months, even 18 months. Yeah, they didn't stop the federal checks until September, and they started giving out checks as early as March 2020. So it was 18 months of multiple free checks.
Yeah.
I mean, my sons were getting free checks. Because they work, so they're on the IRS list, and they were getting, and they didn't even know it was coming. It's like, I got another one, another California check. Oh, I got another, Joe Biden check. Yeah. And they were bewildered because they weren't keeping up on this. Everybody's been getting money, and you couldn't spend it anywhere because of the lockdown. And a lot of people didn't have to pay rent. I mean, this is as obvious as the sun in the sky, and it'll run its course when people blow through their savings.
Yeah, they talked to one woman in the story, Rachel Eager, 25 years old. She used to work in an after-school program in New York. I'm not in a rush. My financial situation's okay. That's 99% of the reason that I can choose about my job prospects, so I'm going to wait and see. Of course, some of the left-wing woke columnists are calling this the revolt of the American worker. Take this job and shove it economy.
No, this is what the socialist communist crowd wants. The government pays people that you stay home, you become dependent on the government, and suddenly the evil capitalistic corporations don't have workers. And then you spin it as a workers' revolt. No, it's that Biden is offering, and Newsom is offering a better deal. You get more money in some cases, and you don't have to work. Well, of course people are going to do that.
Well, the other thing that's happening is it's kind of working, even if it's not the intention. They're raising wages, particularly in the leisure and hospitality sector. They are doing that because what else are they going to do? You've got to try to find workers.
Sure. You can raise the wages of people at the restaurant, and then I'm looking at a pasta dish that's suddenly going for $28, and I stopped going to the restaurant, which I have. There's a lot of restaurants I'm not going to because what was $15 is now $28.
But groceries are going up too.
Yeah, well, you
got to eat something.
Well, yeah, I know, but you end up instead of buying a steak, you're buying a hamburger. Instead of buying sirloin, you're starting to buy, the ground liver. I mean, Pete, you just trade down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I can give you some great recipes. Not expensive.
The last resort is vegan food. No, it's like people will make decisions to eat cheaper food. They'll start eating hot dogs.
But this part I love. We're not sure this will happen because the financial cushion of most households is not large. The median cash savings of the bottom quarter of households, ranked by earnings, it has risen by 70% over the past 2 years, but it's still only about $1,000. So that's not really a heck of a lot of cushion. Then the pandemic stimulus programs have mostly ended. So the consensus is Americans will finally feel the need to go back to work.
Because it's a zero-sum game. Either you're getting money from the government or you're getting money from your job. If you're getting enough money from the government, and especially if you're the second income, right?
Right.
I mean, they're talking a shortage of bus drivers. Well, bus drivers, that's the second income for the family. Maybe even optional income for the family.
Right.
So there's the same thing with a lot of waitressing jobs. It's a lot of the jobs that are disposable and that the workers know are disposable, that if they quit, they can get another one anytime soon. No shortage of getting waitress jobs in Los Angeles. So if they've got extra money and they don't have to pay rent, and Biden wasn't requiring them to pay back their college loans, that's a lot of money. It'll go. But you know what? It helps create inflation. That's the other bad thing.
I love the people.
We have people not showing up for work, but they have so much money they're driving up the price of everything.
I love when people like their home values go up and they decide to spend that money on vacations. I mean,
Yeah, home
that may
equity
not
loan.
last either.
Yeah, but they did that. People always do that. That's free money. You know, if your house is worth $500,000 out of $600,000, you get the home equity loan for the difference.
Yeah, but the house could drop to $400,000 in a year.
People don't say it. You only live once. No, that's the. You ever see that acronym? YOLO. It's one of those
Wow.
annoying acronyms.
Or FOMO.
Yeah, fear of missing out, or you only live once, and people live by it. Because they don't know, if they don't do it now, when are they going to do it?
Right, but if you try to live all your life in 1 year, what are you going to do if you live another 50?
Nobody thinks about that.
We got more coming up.
You think about that. Trying to catch up. Deborah Marquez did.
Governor Newsom has signed an executive order to try and ease supply chain congestion at the ports of LA and Long Beach. Netflix employees have walked out of work in Hollywood to protest the streaming service's support for Dave Chappelle's latest comedy special. Many have criticized it as hateful and damaging against transgender people. A young man has pleaded guilty to the mass fatal shooting at his former high school in Parkland, Florida. 17 people were killed, another 17 injured in that shooting, which happened in 2018. We'll go to the 91, and we will check in with the KFI in the Sky next.
If you're a small business owner, you want to offer your employees the best health care without having to worry about your bottom line.
Well, California Choice is your solution. It is different than traditional employee benefit programs.
Best of all, it's affordable.
So California Choice packages 8 top health plans like Kaiser, Permanente, and Anthem Blue Cross into one single program.
You can control your costs and give your employees the freedom to choose the plan they want.
You can customize your program however you'd like, adding dental, vision, life, chiro, or acupuncture.
And as a small business owner, you get valuable additional services at no cost, like HR support, flexible spending accounts, and CalCobra billing.
If your small business needs affordable health insurance, join the more than 18,000 small businesses taking a California different approach to employee health care.
To learn how California Choice can customize a benefit plan for you, dial pound 250 on your cell and say My Cal Choice.
That's pound 250, My Cal Choice, or go to mycalchoice.com.
This week at Grocery Outlet, Starbucks Hazelnut Mocha Macchiato Coffee Creamer. 28-ounce containers are just $2.99. Also, Belinsky's all-natural gluten-free chicken sausage. 12-ounce assorted varieties are just $4.99.
Southland weather from KFI, partly cloudy tomorrow. Highs mid-70s, low 80s. This report brought to you by Grocery Outlet. It's slow on the 91 in Carson.
Eastbound are backing up leaving the 110 freeway all the way to Green River in Corona. Let's check in with Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney, superwomansuperlawyer.com, Diamond Bar.
It was that little snag on the 57 here. 57 northbound, just at the merge with the East 50 right on Grand. It's like everything's gone to the right shoulder, so the North 57, that's extra tight coming out of Orange County, just leaving Connor Canyon. East 60, that's been affected. They're back to Hacienda Heights. It does look like a problem clearing before you get that far. 60 eastbound, just approaching San Gabriel Boulevard. It's not to the right shoulder on that right, I do believe, but extra tight. Now back through Montefello, back before the 710. Also, it looks like the 710, or I should say 605 southbound is out Peck Road. It cleared up an earlier accident, or at least in the final clearing stages there. That left a really nasty drive just coming out of Irwindale. Injured in an accident? Visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This report is sponsored by Ashley Home Store.
During the fall sale at Ashley Home Store, take advantage of 40% off store-wide, plus another 5% off when you finance for 12 months. Hurry in now through October 25th only. America's #1 mattress and furniture store. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
If you want out of your house, moving, downsizing, you have financial issues, maybe you've inherited, so you list it with a broker, and that means hours of cleaning and painting and repairing and paying big fees. So let me give you another way of doing it. You get a fair price without any of that. Buyer never walks through your house. There's never an appraisal, no commissions, And you can get paid in cash within 10 days or less if you need it. That's directbuyers.com. That's the company that Janet and Matt, brother and sister, own, and I love the way they do business. They'll never lowball you. They're just all on a spoke. And let me tell you, a lot of schmucks in this industry, and that's not what they are. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer and even offer a $15,000 cash advance before closing. Go to directbuyers.com. That's directbuyers.com. Call 844-242-SELL, 844-242-SELL, directbuyers.com.
Amazon Delivery Service Partners are hiring full-time delivery drivers to meet growing customer demand. Earn at least $19.50 per hour at select stations, plus benefits and a sign-on bonus of $2,000 from participating DSPs. If you apply now, apply today at www.amazon.com/driver. That's www.amazon.com/driver. No delivery experience required. Terms apply. Hourly rate includes a limited time incentive for working full-time between October 17th to December 25th, 2021.
If you thought you missed the lowest mortgage rates in history, you're in luck, because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering a low 15-year fixed rate at 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Incredible! Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Now, second chances don't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So, refinance it and forget it. That's a 15-year fix at 1.75%. Yes, 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Call the experts at Network Capital now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-501-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448.
You know, most people think that varicose veins are just embarrassing. They're just a cosmetic issue. Hey, it's Dr. Wendy Walsh. You should know that if left untreated, varicose veins can cause ulcers, infections, and even dangerous blood clots. West Medical specializes in the most advanced, minimally invasive varicose vein treatments available, and it's covered by most PPO insurances. So call 1-800-WEST-MED or westmedical.com to set up a free consultation with a vein expert today. I feel incredible because I called 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL.
Hi, it's Erin Andrews here for my friends at Cuddly. Each year, 6.5 million animals enter rescue centers looking for a second chance at life. The community on Cuddly helps these underdogs win. Cuddly champions animal rescues and makes it easy for you to donate essential items like food, toys, medication, and even surgery to the animal of your choice. Log on to Cuddly.com and learn how you can save a furry friend today.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded. Let's say you ended up personally with $400 million.
How much would you give the family of faith?
Would you give away $20 million?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
$100 million?
I shouldn't be saying that on air.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to win.
The Tim Conway Jr. Show.
I'd initially give you all $50,000. Just enough not to treat me like ass, but keep you wanting more.
Weekdays to 6 on KFI.
Johnny Kent Show, John Cobell and Ken Champeau, KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Well, we said the best for last. You may have heard the story that Facebook is looking to rebrand itself and maybe going with some kind of new name.
Yeah, Anus Book.
What?
Anus Book.
Oh, no, I heard one this morning. I thought of you, Wolf Book.
Wolf Book.
But Anus Book.
Different body part they're going to focus on. Set people's photos in their profile.
I thought of a joke around that today, the woke whole thing. I said, well, you know how people like the virtue signal, so they wear masks everywhere they go, outdoors. You see the pictures of Prince Harry? Apparently, his father-in-law says that all he does is ride his bike around Montecito when he's wearing a mask. He just rides around and around. Got no life, nothing to do. And she's probably annoying.
Oh, can you imagine?
Meghan Markle.
She's probably the most annoying woman on the planet.
He's just right.
And he's this pretentious virtue signaling done.
Well, my joke was I want a double virtue signal. I'm not just going to wear a mask over my face. I'm going to wear one over my anus.
Well, the anal plume.
Yeah, the anal plume does not affect me. So Facebook, when I was reading this, I was thinking I was going to make jokes about the new name. But apparently this has something to do with them repositioning themselves so that we can be ready for the metaverse. Have you heard of this? The metaverse? Efforts to combine virtual and augmented reality in a new online realm. Here's an example. Users using digital avatars can walk around and interact with one another in real time. In theory, you could have your digital avatar sitting around a virtual meeting table with your colleagues. And they're all sitting there too as little avatars. You like this, or is this too weird?
I don't.
You can't visualize it? I can visualize it. You can't? Because sometimes you have problems with it.
Yeah, but
Then you can walk over to a virtual Starbucks and meet up with a friend. So it's sort of, it's not Zoom, obviously. It's actually, you can send your little avatar somewhere where it's got your voice and it's talking to the other person in the virtual Starbucks. You get it?
right, but these are
So
all,
it's like, I would make a
all
cartoon.
fake. Like you're fake and everybody else is fake.
Well, it's an avatar. That's what an avatar
I
is.
know, but when you're talking,
It's a representation of you.
or the avatar's talking.
It might actually look like your little head walking around.
But
your
when
big
it
head.
talks, is it its own?
Yeah, it'll be your voice, I think.
Do I have to supply it?
Yeah, you're kind of probably sitting there at home
Why would I do that?
with the headset on and with the
Can my avatar have virtual sex with
I suppose so. Remember they already did something like this? We talked about this years ago. Remember people live in this, what was it called? Some sort of like little imaginary universe where they play like these characters where they're not, I can't think of what that was called. It was back probably about 10 years ago. It was like a...
What? Simulation? It's called
but
game.
Yeah, but it had a name that people, usually the lonely people were,
That's why.
because they wanted to be something different. They wanted to be, it could be a fat guy,
Yeah, I remember
but he wants to be a cool young athlete.
Right. So they have
So
an
he takes on
imaginary
this
life
character,
online.
right, yeah.
I'm not interested in any of this.
No, I know you're not.
Good luck. It's fake. Why would I be interested?
Because there are people unlike you that live lives of quiet desperation.
Yeah, I know. That's why we have to spend money.
And because of coronavirus, I don't actually have to go to the Starbucks, but it looks like I'm there. My little avatar's walking around.
Oh, they're all going to wear masks?
Avatars.
You don't want to have our COVID. Conway's here.
Ding dong with you. Ding dong with you.
Yay!
I saw a horse today because I live pretty near horse country. The woman on the horse had a mask, and the effing horse had a mask.
No!
Horse had a mask. And I went to take a picture, then the guy behind me honked at me, like, get going. Then there's a cop on the other side. I'm like, I wanted to flip around and take a shot at this.
That's a woke horse. Somebody should lead her to the mental institution.
Can you imagine what that horse is thinking? Right? He's walking, first of all, he's walking on the street. It's not really his natural habitat.
No.
And now they mask him up. Oh, man. All right, Facebook's going to change their name. They're going to rebrand and change the name. I think their new name is It's Over. Right? Police are patrolling the big rig traffic in Wilmington area. I guess the shipping containers are all over the place. And could online sports betting be legalized in California? And where's the money going to go? Shelters for the homeless.
Yeah! You could be the most helpful.
It's not a money problem. We said we spent $3 billion in the city of LA.
It's not.
It's not a
But
money
would you
problem.
gamble a lot more if you could do it online?
Oh, I already do it online. Yeah. Well, not with TVG. Right? It's legalized. For horse racing.
Yeah, I'd use TV.
Yeah, but I don't like betting on games. It takes 3 hours to get paid. You got to sit through the whole game. In horse racing, it's a minute and a half.
It's true. It's immediate, whether it's good or bad.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you get it over with or you celebrate. But man, that's
Well, that's a horse. If you don't win, just move on to the next race. It comes up in a few minutes. Right?
That's right. Yeah, they literally have racetracks all across the country. You can bet off track at Santa Anita and enjoy yourself all day long.
Did you ever go to the sports books in Vegas and you got all the tracks up there on the TVs and everybody's betting on all the races?
As a matter of fact, there was at MGM, there's a big, you probably know this, Ken, but there's a big screen. It's the biggest screen in Vegas. It's 175 feet wide and it's 75 feet tall. And I'm standing there watching, and the guy behind me goes, hey, Bob, can you sit down? I'm like, what square inch of that string can't you see because my head's in your way?
Dang. All right, good job.
Come on.
Good night. Good job. Dodger game on hold.
The power outage with the lights.
Power outage, that's a good one.
Terrible. There's
Flex alert.
KFI, KSC, HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Nothing gets past us. We are on it.
KFI,
KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Not unexpected. I'm Michael Crozier, live from the KFI 24 LA City Council. Ridley Thomas has entered a plea on the federal corruption charges against him.
Ridley Thomas stood at the side of his attorney. The two were in a conference room and appeared by video. When asked how he pleaded, Ridley Thomas leaned into the mic and said, "Not guilty, Your Honor." The judge ordered a $50,000 unsecured bond. Prosecutors had asked for $100,000. Ridley Thomas's attorney says his client is a powerful politician who poses no threat or danger to the community. But prosecutors say Ridley Thomas got too comfortable with that power, deceived the public, and tried to cover up his crimes. Ridley Thomas's trial is scheduled to begin December 14th. In downtown L.A., Steve Gregory, KFI News.
Ridley Thomas says he's humbled by the support of his colleagues who voted against the suspension and disappointed in those who did not. The L.A. County Health Department has put out an ocean water use warning for a couple of spots off the coast of SoCal. The health department says that people should be careful of swimming, surfing, and playing in the ocean off the San Monica Pier and Mother's Beach in Marina Del Rey because of higher than normal bacteria levels. California's Attorney General has urged people to take part in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, which is led by the DEA.
Today's action to encourage participation in Take Back Day is part of my ongoing effort to fight the opioid crisis and hold accountable those who perpetuate it.
The Take-Back Day on Saturday is intended to help dispose prescription drugs, including opioids, while educating the public about the potential for abuse of prescription medications. At the last event in April, California's dropped off more than 48,000 pounds of prescription drugs at 195 collection sites. Human remains have been found at a nature park in Florida where investigators have been searching for Brian Laundrie, the fiancé of Gabby Petito. She was reported missing in late August. Her body was found a few weeks later in Wyoming. A guilty plea has been entered in the case of a shooting at a high school in Parkland, Florida that killed 17 people and hurt 17 others. Manuel Oliver, whose son was killed, was the hardest part of the hearing where Nicholas Cruz entered his plea was hearing how his son died. Cruz shot him several times.
I never heard before, by the way, the whole story of the shooting itself. It's bizarre. It's terrible. It's someone that is really evil.
Cruz will now have a trial to decide whether he lives or dies for the massacre of February 2018. But the Republicans have blocked the voting rights bill from advancing in the Senate. Democrats didn't get the 60 votes they needed to start debate on the bill. Vice President Harris says they'll keep working to protect voting rights.
We're not going to give up for the right of every American to be able to express their voice through their vote.
The Republican leader said the bill was just an attempt to reverse voting restrictions that have been put in place in several states this year. And CNN's big board guy says he's had multiple sclerosis for 13 years. John King got some notoriety last year during the presidential election for standing at CNN's electronic election board for hours. King says he's keeping his ground, says dangerous and anti-vaxxers use Colin Powell's recent COVID-19 related deaths to make an argument COVID vaccines don't work. Powell had been fully vaccinated against COVID, but also had cancer and Parkinson's. Things are slow in Burbank.
This is the 5 southbound. We're seeing some crowded conditions getting away from Olive, but that drive remains slow ahead as we travel all the way through to 605, even the northbound side of the 5. Slowing down out of Commerce, leaving Washington. You're on the breaks and stretches all the way back towards Riverside Drive. A lot of people blowing into Dodger Stadium tonight, so it's going to be a tough drive heading in there. We've got Michael O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney, superwomansuperlawyer.com.
A little sag in Corona. It's like the 91 east time just past the 15 approaching McKinley. Problem with the big rig just went to the right side. So Kind of adding to the scoring on this stretch from Maine on and off through McKinley, well up the riverside where it starts to loosen up. Also the 15 southbound, it's the same neck of the woods here. That's loading up just a little past Magnolia. The worst of that, a couple of miles stretch there, down to El Cerrito, almost Cajalco. And then still a problem on the 605 heading into Whittier. 605 southbound past Peck Road. In fact, it's just clear to the right shoulder there, but nonetheless, very heavy. From the 10, continues going down to the 5. Injured in an accident. Visit Superwarrior.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the sky.
KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This hour of the Conway Show is being brought to you by Purigan Water. For limited time.